When you close your eyes at night, the world you know slips away. Your body stays in bed, but your mind? It drifts off to places that feel every bit as real, and sometimes even more real than waking life. But have you ever asked yourself, where does your consciousness actually go when you sleep? If sleep is just the body resting, why does your mind spin up entire worlds, people, and stories, sometimes more vivid than anything you've seen in daylight? Science likes to tell us that sleep is just when the brain recharges. But that answer barely scratches the surface. Why do we dream about things we've never seen? Why do people wake up claiming they've left their bodies in the middle of the night? And if the brain is simply resting, why does it stay more active at night than when you're wide awake? The truth about what happens to your consciousness while you sleep is far stranger than we've been told. So let's break this down step by step and see what really goes on when you drift off. 1. Your brain doesn't fully shut down. It shifts gears. Most people think that sleep is like flipping off a switch. But look at a sleeping brain under a scan, and you'll see something weird. During deep sleep, activity slows way down. But as soon as you start dreaming, certain parts of your brain fire up just as much, sometimes more, than when you're awake. The logical, decision-making part, the prefrontal cortex, chills out, which is why dreams feel so strange and chaotic. But the visual areas and emotional centers go into overdrive, painting vivid scenes and deep feelings that can stick with you for years. So, if your brain is working harder in some areas during sleep, is that really rest? Or is your mind stepping into another mode, one that turns away from the outside world and dives deep inside? Maybe your consciousness isn't turning off. Maybe it's tuning into something else. 2. The brain makes its own DMT every night. There's a natural psychedelic called DMT, dimethyltryptamine, famous for sending people into mind-bending visions and out-of-body trips. Here's the twist. Your brain naturally makes DMT, and scientists believe it releases small bursts of it when you slip into REM sleep, the dream stage. That could be why dreams can feel so intense, surreal, and meaningful all at once. People who take synthetic DMT describe visions that sound a lot like dreams. Alien landscapes, mysterious beings, a sense of seeing hidden truths. If our waking reality can be shaped by a molecule, what does that say about what real really means? 3. Some dreams predict the future. We've all had random, weird dreams, but sometimes they're weirdly accurate. Stories of dreams predicting future events go back centuries. Abraham Lincoln supposedly dreamed of his own assassination days before it happened. But it's not just presidents. Regular people dream of someone they haven't thought about in years, then bump into them the next day. Or they dream of an event, then watch it unfold exactly as they saw it. Coincidence? Maybe. Our consciousness steps outside the normal timeline, catching glimpses of what hasn't happened yet. For sleep paralysis, a glitch or a glimpse. Sleep paralysis is one of the creepiest things that can happen at night. You wake up, fully aware, but your body won't move. Worse, people all over the world from totally different cultures describe seeing the same things during sleep paralysis. Shadow figures, an evil presence, something pressing them down. Why would our brains cook up the same terrifying hallucinations for people who've never met or shared stories? Maybe it's just a glitch, the mind stuck between sleep and wake. But maybe, for a split second, our consciousness peeks into a space it's usually kept away from. 5. Lucid dreaming. When you wake up inside your dream. Most of the time, change the scene? No problem. This is lucid dreaming, proof that part of your mind stays awake even while your body sleeps. Brain scans show that when people lucid dream, their prefrontal cortex, the logical decision-making part, lights up again. If dreams are just random static, why would we have the built-in ability to wake up and take the wheel? Some say lucid dreaming hints at something bigger, that consciousness can step outside physical rules and shape reality, even if it's a dream reality. 6. Time doesn't work the same way in dreams. Have you ever dreamed for what felt like an entire day? only to wake up and realize just a few minutes passed? This isn't just a trick of memory. Experiments with lucid dreamers show that the brain runs on a different internal clock during REM sleep. Some people test this by counting inside dreams or doing time tasks. The results? Time stretches and bends. If your mind can stretch time while you sleep, what does that say about how your consciousness really works? Could it mean time isn't a hard rule, just something we agree on when we're awake? 7. The multiverse theory. Are dreams windows to parallel realities? One of the strangest things about dreaming is how real it can feel. Some people dream of cities they've never seen, houses they don't recognize but somehow know their way around, or entire lives they live for what feels like years, only to wake up back here. This idea connects to something straight out of quantum physics, the multiverse theory. The theory says there could be infinite versions of reality, all existing at the same time. So here's the big question. When you dream, is your mind making stuff up? Or is your consciousness slipping into a version of reality that exists in another corner of the multiverse? While mainstream science says, no way, ancient cultures and spiritual traditions have hinted at this idea for ages. Some shamans believe dreams are journeys your spirit takes. Some people think recurring dream locations are places you visit every night in an alternate life. Maybe dreams aren't just scrambled brain signals. Maybe they're tiny peeks into a bigger cosmic truth. 8. Why do we forget most of our dreams? Ever wake up from a dream that felt so real you knew you'd never forget it, only for it to vanish from your mind minutes later? It's one of the biggest mysteries of dreaming. Scientists say the hippocampus, which stores your memories, works differently when you're asleep. It doesn't save dream experiences the same way it does your waking life. Some believe this means dreams aren't meant to be remembered. They're the brain's way of sorting out thoughts and feelings, then discarding the leftovers. But there's another perspective. Maybe we forget our dreams because remembering all of them would blur the line between dream life and waking life. The brain might be protecting you, because if you carried every vivid dream into your day, you'd start questioning what's real and what's not. Still, it's strange that some dreams stay with us forever, the ones so vivid or meaningful they change the way we see life. If dreams were truly meaningless static, why do some leave marks that last a lifetime? 9. Can you die in a dream? There's an old myth that if you die in a dream, you die in real life. But lots of people have dreamed of dying, falling, drowning, being shot, and then they just wake up. So what does that say about consciousness? Some psychologists think dream death is the mind's way of dealing with huge changes. Death in a dream doesn't usually mean literal death. It often means the end of something, a relationship, a belief, a version of yourself that no longer fits. People who've died in dreams sometimes wake up feeling strangely peaceful or clear-headed, like something heavy inside them was released. And here's where it gets even deeper. Sleep and death share similarities. In both states, your awareness disconnects from physical reality. Your senses shut down. Your body becomes still. Some people who've had near-death experiences describe scenes that sound a lot like dreams, floating, meeting mysterious figures, reliving moments from their lives. Could it be that dreams prepare us for the final sleep, the ultimate journey of consciousness away from the body? We don't know for sure, but it hints that sleep is more than just rest. It's a window into how your awareness might stretch far beyond your heartbeat and your brain waves. So what's really happening when you sleep? Are you just resting your muscles? Or are you stepping through hidden doors into other dimensions, testing the edges of time, and peeking at the true nature of reality? The truth is, we don't fully know, and maybe that's the point. Sleep is a frontier we visit every night, but barely understand. Maybe that's why dreams fascinate us so much. They're a clue that there's more to our existence than the simple story of wake, work, sleep, repeat. If you made it all the way to the end, type "I'm awake" in the comments to show you're one of the curious few. And if you want to dive deeper into topics like this, the hidden side of the mind, the truth about consciousness, or wild theories you won't hear in school, hit subscribe, check out the next video, and I'll see you on the other side of sleep.